We're in Lansing, Michigan, where the state expects to make close to $500 million in strategic technology investments over the next 5 years.
So the vision that we have is to say, let's go to something, I like the term MI page, okay, which is to say, basically, we're going to a customer-centric model that isn't about us saying we have separate databases you have to interface with, but going to the customer to say, you're one person, you're one entity. And how do we make it seamless so when you have a need, you sort of say, this is what I need to do, and you can go online and it will automatically interface with the interfaces it needs to without you having to search for that.
That's a big change for many public agencies, especially those coping with old, outdated systems. Snyder says that many government transactions simply aren't user-friendly.
We've created all these separate databases. Each department has its database, it has its way, and sort of says to the customer, okay, good luck. You figure out how to deal with us. And that happens at state government, and then you add local government and the federal government on top. We've created all these layers, this huge matrix of saying to the customer, may the force be with you in figuring out how best to interface with us. That's not good customer service.
To change that, Snyder says the state needs new technology, like authentication software and better integration of databases and information. The governor is working closely with Michigan Budget Director John Nixon and CIO David Benen to make long-term strategic investments in new systems.
We were going through the IT requests that were being made by the agencies, and there are huge pent-up demand. I mean, over the last decade, this state's been in real financial turmoil, and all at once we're talking about making strategic investments. You can imagine that we had a whole list of projects, and so we had David and his senior team come in and we sat down and started talking through these projects. And I had an aha moment. I realized that we don't just need a one-time investment. We need an ongoing funding stream so we can start to rebuild several of these projects and cash flow them over several years.
Ultimately, the state put $47 million into its base budget to replace key systems. That's ongoing funding that will pump nearly $250 million into IT projects over the next 5 years. The working relationship between Nixon and Benen has proven to be especially valuable as the state shapes its IT agenda.
Budget directors and CIOs should be best friends. Because what we have done here in the state of Michigan is, with John being the director of DTMB and with me being the CIO, we're totally aligned. So as John, I report directly to John. So John and I work on our performance plans together. We work on our strategic plans together. So we're totally aligned in how we're moving forward.
All of that means the next few years will be busy ones for Benen and his staff.
And so $47 million not going to solve all our problems. But this is ongoing. So what we need to do is we need to focus on bringing the projects in on time and on budget, and then because with money comes accountability and responsibility, and we're okay with that. So big projects ahead, identity management, ERP, data centers, a lot of fun, exciting things. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
You can read more about Michigan's technology transformation in the new fall issue of Public CIO magazine.